This episode of the A9 Cast is brought to you by the Brio Bottle. Make bottle shakers and they also make big old bottle kegs. You know what I'm saying? They have them available in black, which is how I got it. They got it in red, teal, arctic white, military green. You know what I'm saying? It's stainless steel on the inside. It's so clean, and it even has a coaster built in at the bottom. Shout out to them for this opportunity. And if you want your very own burrito bottle, you could go down in the description below and use the promo code Kxng at checkout for 20% off. Now let's get into the video. I'm looking at so-called real ones talking crazy on their queen. The best damn thing to get his head above water. No Avril Lavigne, a rapping machine, stacking machine, or passion machine. Half of them things are collateral for me because actually I'm rapping but only battling me. Demon inside my head are so combative, you see. Just had to spaz a little bit before I get into A9 Cast and just speak on some of the few things that truly matter to me. I might start it off silent or with a random phrase, but I ain't put no bars out in about 21 days. Basically since I made 22, because I've been focusing on being great at balling like 23. Hey, and I also been trying to spread that knowledge to my girls like 24 or 8. And I've been rushing to greatness before they take it like 25 from the Saints. Reggie Bush. Enough numbers and lines. Let's get into what I really got to say. What up? It's your boy A9. Today, we back with another episode of the A9 Cast. You know what I'm saying? Had to start the intro a little different just because it's been a minute since I wrote anything, since I put any bars out. Gotta let y'all know the pen's still sharp. You know what I'm saying? Hit y'all with a little scheme. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be I wouldn't say this is a little different. This episode of A9 Cast, I'm gonna be talking about two people I do not really want to talk about. I would say I don't want to talk about, I don't like talking about. I don't usually talk about. You know what I'm saying? But it just happens they're involved in stuff that I feel like I have to talk about or that I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk about them, I don't think I have a tangent of the week this week. You know what I'm saying? I might. It depends. I might just go off the dome. I might freestyle. I don't have a tangent of the week written down, but I might. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into it. I want to say Wednesday or was it Thursday? Might have been Thursday. One of them days, Wednesday or Thursday. Presidential debate. Joe Biden, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Doing a little back and forth. And bruh, was it funny? Man, what? We are in trouble. We in trouble, bruh. The moderator, it was like watching a teacher. It's like watching a teacher and her two childish students and her trying to control the situation and her trying to break everything down and them just ignoring like it was so crazy. But the moderator pretty much like, okay, I want you to answer this question. 2 minutes uninterrupted. First thing the person said, the other person interrupts it. They just going back and forth. Dude start bringing his family into it. Dude started bringing up a whole bunch of conspiracies and a whole bunch of rumors. And both of them was doing it. But like Trump was extra petty with it because he pretty much was like, I'm the president. You can't tell me to stop talking pretty much. And it was just, I'm just looking at this like, bro, both of these dudes, like, they got to fight. Like, that's how I was looking at it. This whole time. I'm like, I was waiting, bro, for somebody to either throw something, to throw a punch, throw a microphone, throw something. They was talking reckless to each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's just crazy. Crazy to see two people that might run the country doing this. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it like that. Both of these men have the potential of being ahead of the country, of representing the country to everybody else. If this is how these two people acting, so unprofessional, so childish, man, we got a crazy next couple 4 years coming to us. No matter who's in office, bro. No matter who's in office. You know what I'm saying? I don't pick side. I'm not picking a side. I'm not going to say who side I'm on, because I would say I'm against voting, but I'm against just people who follow me, people who know me on like follow me on my social media stuff, they know where I stand as far as the presidency and all stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it's I people know where I stand. I don't really want to get into it. I'll get into that another time if I really have to. But let's move on. Let's talk about the man that I usually don't like talking about. The man I try not to talk about. But we got to talk about him because I read an article that involved him and it was very interesting. So I felt like I had to talk about it. Let's talk about Mr. 6ix9ine, Mr. Gummo, Mr. Fifi or whatever. He got Mr. What's another song we got? Chocolate. I feel like he has a song called Chocolate. Mr. Him. So I want to say 6ix9ine been kind of off on social media. Like he ain't really been posting nothing or nothing like that. And a few weeks ago, I was reading and people was like, "Yeah, where he go? Usually he's very active. He's posting something at least once a week, trying to start something or whatever." Uh, Last time we saw him, he was trying to get he was like trolling. He was pretty much doing skits of him trying to get people to buy his album and stuff like that because the sales was low and stuff like that. And all of a sudden he just disappeared. And then last week, I wouldn't say he popped up, but I think he had an interview or something like that, or one of his managers or somebody like that came out and pretty much was like, yeah, he was in the hospital. He OD'd on hydroxycut and caffeine. And I was reading that and I'm like, wait, what? When this wasn't really talked about that much. So I looked into it, I read into it, and from what I read, it seems like 6ix9ine pretty much suffers from body dysmorphia. You know what I'm saying? And for those who don't, body dysmorphia is pretty much your mind pretty much uh tricking you into believing certain flaws in your body or certain flaws in the way you look that aren't actually there, or it makes you feel like you're uglier or you're fatter than you actually are. You know what I'm saying? A few chicks I know, like I tell them all the time, like, bro, you look gorgeous to me, like you look fine to me, but they always telling me, oh, I need to go on a diet, I need to do this, I need to do that, and I'm like, bro, like you perfectly fine, like I see nothing wrong with you, and they just all think they fat. Now that's common in women because society just has just put in women's mind that you have to look a certain way and stuff like that. So it's more common in women, but it's possible, it's possible for a man to kind of have body dysmorphia. You know what I'm saying? So with him, from what I was reading, it seems like he thinks he's fat. He has an issue of believing he's fat and that he's gaining weight. And I can't remember if it was like somebody on his team or something like that, but they're pretty much saying one time he was on tour and he said somebody must have told him he was getting fat or that he was fat, and it said as soon as he heard that, he just started eating nothing but salads. He wouldn't eat no can't like nothing but salads and exercising all the time, and just you couldn't give him a candy bar and all stuff like that. I actually got some quotes from the article. He's a young kid. He just got a lot of money overnight, so he's probably going out and eating everything, dogging everything. So until I guess I don't know who told him he was fat, he was very concerned about losing weight. So literally, he would eat salads all day and drink water and a lot of lime. He wouldn't really eat much. He would eat probably a salad for breakfast and then snack on fruits throughout the day and be in the gym. Now, the reason why I think this is body dysmorphia is because I don't really follow 6ix9ine like that, but I've seen him. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him before he went to jail and when he got out. And never have I looked at 6ix9ine and been like, oh, he fat, he need to lose weight. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I've never looked at him and was like, oh, he fat, he need to lose weight. Oh, he's getting obese. You know what I'm saying? There was that video, I can't remember what the video was, before he went to jail. There was some video where he was like dancing around with no shirt on. And I was like, oh, look at this dude with a little pudgy stomach or whatever like that. But I wasn't looking at him like, dang, he fat. I was just looking at him like, hey, look at him. You know what I'm saying? But was it Stupid? I think that was the name of the song. It might have been Stupid. But they said this was back when he was on tour. We haven't been on tour. Like rappers ain't been able to do tour in years. Not years, but haven't been able to do tours at all this year pretty much. So for him to overdose on hydroxycut and caffeine recently, he must still have it in his mind that he's getting fat. I know he said he felt like he gained some weight when he got out of jail, but I never looked at it like, oh, he's fat now that he got out of jail. So that's why I'm thinking he suffered from body dysmorphia. So that person told him that he was a little overweight, or he was a little chunky, a little chubby one time, and I guess it's just stuck through his mind. And especially with him in jail, he probably was doing buku exercise and stuff like that, which is what most people do when they get locked up. And once he got out, he just kept up, with doing whatever it takes for him to lose weight. To where it's like, bro, now you just doing too much because there is no weight for you to lose anymore. So he wound up, hydroxycut is, I think it is for weight loss. Caffeine is good for energy. You know what I'm saying? So you just taking so much energy and all that. Like they said, he would just be sitting down at his computer and just start sweating for no reason because the caffeine and the hydroxycut that he was taking. All because he just thinks he needs to lose weight. He's getting fat. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. So that's crazy. That's very interesting because you don't really hear much about men suffering from body dysmorphia and feeling like they fat and stuff like that. So it's just an interesting article for me to read. But prayers out to 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna get into it, but anybody who's suffering from something mentally, anybody who's overdosing, anybody who's just going through something, I don't care how I feel about what you do as far as your morals and ethics, because everybody can't be built like you. You know what I'm saying? This might be my mini tangent of the week. Everybody ain't gonna be built like you. Everybody ain't gonna have the same morals, have the same ethics, have the same integrity as you individually. So you gotta just be ready for anybody to do anything. That's how I kind of carry myself. I can't expect people to move like me, to think like me. I don't put nothing past nobody because nobody has my mind but me. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't respect what he did, but at the same time, I don't want this dude to OD on something. I don't want him to be struggling mentally. I don't want him to be struggling financially. I want him to get money. I want him to be happy. But that don't mean I have to, rock with him. You know what I'm saying? So prayers up for 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? You ain't fat, bro. Talk about this. How we're gonna end it. Last subject. It's not gonna be the end of the week, but it's just gonna be irony, irona. So it came out Friday, one of them days. I never remember the days I read this stuff. I just see it and I just write it down in my notes and never remember when I see it. But Trump, after the presidential debate, after all that, comes out he got tested positive for COVID, for the virus. For the virus. You ain't gonna get me. For the virus. You know what I'm saying? Which is ironic. Coming from a person who's just said so much about it, like, it ain't as bad as it used to be, and he tried to convince people that it wasn't even a real virus at first, and then all of a sudden it was a real virus, that it came from China, and now it's gone, and now it's getting hot outside, so it ain't going to, like, so much. He said so many different things involving the virus just for him him and his wife to wind up catching it. It's just crazy. I looked into it and it seemed like, he said he's getting better, but it's just crazy to think, especially after the debate. And the debate, they were pretty much talking about, like, because he's like, we're going to get a vaccine in a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought about, he was just saying, oh, when we get a vaccine in a few weeks, he catches the corona, and then all of a sudden, after a few days, he's feeling better. He's all right. That's I done lost my train of thought thinking about that. Hmm. Well, after the debate and him pretty much saying, the virus is almost over and this and that about it at the debate, it's just funny how he catches it almost immediately. You know what I'm saying?